Welcome to Walk into Your Wealthiest Season series. I'm so excited to bring this to you. And this is part one. Wealth starts with identity. So Walk into Your Wealthiest Season of Life is a 7-part transformational series for the person who knows they're meant for more abundance, more alignment, and more ease in a way that creates real wealth. And this isn't about forcing or hustling your way to success. It's about becoming a direct energetic match for the wealth you desire by shifting your identity, energy, thoughts, language, and beliefs. So if you've ever felt like you're doing all the things, you're a good person, but you're still not seeing the results you truly want, like the lifestyle changing results, this series will show you what's really going on beneath the surface and how to embody the version of you who naturally attracts wealth, clients, and opportunity. And we're doing this in real time as long as you stick with me through this 7-part series. And to extra make sure that you get the best results, I am giving away something even more, because this series is only being put out for a short period of time for free, and then it's being turned into a paid offer. So the first 222 of you are getting the Walk into Wealth guided journal that goes with this. And this isn't some basic journal with a bunch of blank pages, okay? This is an over 40-page guided journal that's strategically meant to go along with each part of this episode. So the journal is broken down into sections. So section 1 is for part 1, section 2 is for part 2, and so on. I can't wait for you to take screenshots and share your abundance walks during this series. I'm calling you guys my wealthy walkers. And be sure to tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I love watching the locations that you guys are doing this in. And I want to have you hear this from me, okay? There is actual neuroscience behind why I have you walk while manifest, while shifting your identity, while reprogramming your mind and releasing old, outdated algorithms and outdated applications that are gunking up and slowing up your manifestation and your ability to be in the abundance zone and attract the abundance that you want in your life. So when you walk, there's something called bilateral stimulation, which is proven to have emotional processing and integration work so much better. And so both sides of your brain are being activated rhythmically and as you move right to left. And this is a similar principle that works in EMDR therapy. If you haven't heard of that, you can look that up. It's something that I've done as a trauma survivor. So it enhances your brain's ability to process subconscious blocks and stuck emotional energy, and it helps you integrate new affirmations and visualizations. So the other reason is it also activates your prefrontal cortex, your manifestation power center. So especially if you're working at a moderate pace, so also, why not like multitask and walk your way into wealth while getting summer skinty? We love a good multitask over here at ProjectME. And when you walk at a moderate pace, the blood flow increases to the prefrontal cortex. So that's the part of the brain that's responsible for decision-making, focus, and visualization. So you're able to hold a clear mental picture to what you're calling in, and it also boosts your creative thinking and problem solving. Not to mention, this is going to reduce your cortisol and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Why am I sharing all this with you? Not just to further motivate you to do it, but so you know there's an actual reason why I have you actively manifesting in this way. And this is why I take abundance walks almost every single day of the week. So feel free to re-listen to any of the parts of the 7-part series that you'll be getting all through June. And I would take advantage of it because this will get pulled down and then it will be available for purchase. In order for you to get the wealth workbook that goes with this, I am going to have you swipe up. You can access it in the show notes. That's where all the resources are for today's episode and everything that I have going on. And you can do that on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and then it's in the description here on YouTube at ProjectME TV. You can also go to projectmewithtiffany.com/wealthy. projectmewithtiffany.com/wealthy. Part 1, wealth starts with identity. You can't manifest a wealthy life while holding on to the identity of someone who doesn't believe they're worthy of it, consciously or subconsciously. For most of my life, I thought I was very worthy of money and of success and of a great partner and friends and all of the things if you asked me about it. But the real truth was lying beneath the surface, was lying below the neck, was lying in my subconscious. So then what would happen is I would have a couple good things happen, and then I'd go back to a set point of a couple bad things happening. So I would end up at net neutral, or I would end up in the negative because I was out of integrity with what I was matching energetically with the universe on without even realizing it. And that's a huge part about why I created this special series, because without doing this, you're going to be doing the money cha-cha for your entire life. And that's not the way to wealth. That's not the way to be able to have freedom of time and money and energy, whatever abundance looks like you, whatever that lifestyle means for you. You know, for me, slow mornings are worth, 500 Birkin bags to me. But for someone else, having a beautiful bag collection and a Bentley, it means that for them. For you, it might be to have a farm with all sorts of animals running around. And regardless of how, I guess you could say, posh or extreme your manifestations are, even if they're simple, it doesn't matter. Because if at the root, you do not believe that it's possible for you, because you do not believe you're the type of person that gets it, if we do not rework and rewire and have you literally walk into your new identity, your identity of wealth, it will be impossible to make that an energetic match for your manifestations. You might attract it, but you certainly won't be able to keep it. The clients may come, but then they might be a nightmare to work with. You might have a beautiful experience with meeting someone who you feel is like a great partner, and then they end up cheating on you. And we don't need any more of this in our lives, do we? Because real abundance isn't created by doing more, okay? It's created by becoming someone new. Someone who thinks, speaks, moves, and chooses from a place of certainty, a place of alignment, a place at another frequency where everything you're wanting to call in exists. It is already sitting there for you. It's that you haven't made yourself an energetic match for it, meaning you're not ready for it. And our creator, the universe, is not going to give you something you're not ready for because you'll blow it up. It won't work. It might not even be appreciated. In fact, it likely is right in front of your face and you're not even seeing it. It blinds us. And this has happened to me as well. I have a 2-part email that I sent out, and I highly encourage you to read it. Make sure my emails are not going into your promotion or junk folder. They're coming from info@ProjectME with Tiffany. That's also how you will get, if you're one of the first 222 people, in getting the special guided wealth journal that goes with this. We'll be delivering from that email address as well. So you need to make sure and go to projectmewittiffany.com/wealthy, or swipe up, go to the show notes right now before we get into the walk, or go here on the description on YouTube on Project Me TV in order to make sure that you grab that link. So if you've been doing all the strategy, but you feel stuck, if you feel like you've been doing all the things and nothing seems like it's working, if you feel like you're losing your mind, if you feel like you're so far behind and what you want in the life that you're after feels so far out of reach, this is the piece you've likely been missing. So when you shift your identity, your energy shifts. And when your energy shifts, everything else starts to move. And where I was going with the email, it's a multi-part email series that I sent out. It's so personal, I almost deleted it several times. But I'm sharing how I missed something that was right in front of my face. And it was something that I wanted so badly, and I didn't feel I had any of it. And it just wasn't true. It's like when people will say, well, I don't have any, clients in my business, or I'm not making enough money. but they're neglecting to also see all the abundance that they do currently have. Maybe it's not in money form. Maybe it's in form of love. Maybe it's in the form of support. Maybe it's in the form of health. Maybe it's in the form of comfort. Maybe it's in the form of peace of mind. But usually what we're seeking, we already have right in front of us, but we can't see it because our identity is programmed in its current state to be attached to other things, versus us resetting it and recalibrating it and changing the position on it like a compass, maybe 40 degrees, maybe 20 degrees, maybe it needs to be 80 degrees, so that you become an exact alignment for what it is that you want. So why would your current identity be blocking your wealth? Why would it do that? Why would it do that to you when you're saying that you want it? Because there's a part of you that believes that something bad is going to happen. You're going to have to sacrifice something that you don't want to sacrifice in order to have what you want, that it's going to come at a cost. Maybe you'll be abandoned. Maybe you won't have any friends. Maybe people will make fun of you. Maybe you'll get sued. Maybe you'll get canceled. Maybe it'll deplete your energy and you won't have any work. Maybe you'll be like the one person that none of this works out for. And you believing in all this stuff was actually hocus pocus. And you're a sucker for believing it. What if you find out that it's not, really possible for you? Then what? It's really vulnerable to allow yourself to believe that what you really want is possible. Number one, when you believe what you want is possible, then you would be insane to not take action. All of the active manifesting I'm talking about and what we're doing in this series. And I'm talking the scarier actions. You've probably done quite a bit of toe dipping actions, but the real actions, then it wouldn't make sense. So it's one way to keep yourself out of action, one way to keep yourself from doing it, but also it's a form of self-protection. Because if you don't really go for the thing, then you won't have a chance of being disappointed, but you also won't have the chance of being elevated, of being elated, of being able to say, oh my gosh, look what I created in my life, of being able to change the lives of yours and those that you love and even strangers. So this is how we're going to identify the version of you that is not currently aligned with the abundance that you're wanting to call in, okay? And then what we're going to do is call in this new wealthy identity of yours and start anchoring it in over the course of this series, okay? And this is something that can happen very quickly. It just depends on your level of resistance to it, which we're going to find out where that lies during this walk together. So I'm going to take you through a guided meditation. It's more of an experience, a visualization. And this is going to bring up some stuff that needs to be brought up. And if at any time you need to pause this and regroup, that's fine. But I really strongly encourage you to allow yourself to feel the feelings that are coming up. Because the avoidance of feeling the things, of looking at the things, of peeling back some of the layers, you'll be stuck forever that way. There's no way around it. We have to look at this. We don't have to stay stuck in it and stay in it so long, we're getting all gunked up. That's not what we're doing here. This is also why we are doing this while moving our bodies. We're able to release and let go of things much faster. And we're able to take in the potent, abundant energy much faster. So these are designed to get you in the abundance zone. So please trust me on that so that you can get to where we need to get you in order for you to install your new wealth identity. I want you to get in a cadence with your step or with your movement. Any form of repetitive movement will work here. And I want you to notice the beat of it. I want you to notice the pace of it. I want you to notice how your breath is working in sync or out of sync with your movement. I want you to feel your heart beating and the rhythm of your heart beating, where it feels like, okay, there's a beat here. I can feel this pace I'm taking at. If we were to beat a drum along to it, what would that beat be? Some of you are walking at a faster pace. Some of you are moving really slow and fluid, and there's no wrong way. I want you to go with what your body is wanting you to do at any given time during this, and trust that is what it needs to do in order to move the trauma, in order to move out the old gunk that is clogging up your abundance pipes, and in order to best set itself up to be able to integrate and to shift your identity and to receive the new. Imagine right now that you were called to go on this walk. And the reality is you were called to go on this walk. Otherwise, out of the billions of people in the world, you wouldn't be on it. You wouldn't be listening to me. You wouldn't be a wealthy walker. You think that you were being called to this because intellectually, maybe you like Tiffany and you wanted to see what this was about. Maybe you've never met me before, but this really got your attention, or a friend sent it to you. And so you're just going to do it, and you might as well listen to it because you know you're walking anyway. But you really aren't in charge of that. This was planted in front of you at this exact time for a reason. And it's because you have been called. And there's a part of you that does know that. You know that you are on the verge of a major transformation, of even a timeline jump, of even abundance surge. You've been through so much crap and so many different layers that you feel like you are stepping into something new. You can't put your finger on it because you're kind of even out of sorts, even discombobulated. But you know that there is some voice that's saying to you, you're meant for something bigger than this. You are meant for something big. This is happening. You need to step into it. You need to trust it. It's safe here. It's going to be okay here. So you were called on this walk. And I want you to be walking in a way, moving in a way where you know that. It's a knowing. It's a certainty. Whatever street you're on, sidewalk you're on, area you're in, country you're in, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of you all over the world doing this right now. Many of you all doing it at the same time. That powerful energetic frequency of all of you. Picture all of that electromagnetic energy all through the airways, all sharing abundance and the law of reciprocity with one another, all collectively walking in to your next level of wealth, walking into truly the identity that was meant for you all along. This isn't you installing something new that you're just making up. This identity is your higher self who is here with you since birth. This is who you truly have been this entire time. But because of being in society and among flawed human beings and marketing and propaganda and belief systems that have been inherited or passed down from generations, you developed a mask, you developed a false self, you got messy coding on your real, true, raw, pure identity. You know, just go spend some time with an infant, and that pureness, that innocence, and then that changes. But that is you, that's within you, and we're tapping back into that version of yourself that has just been lost, it's been buried, that's been hidden under layers and layers of stuff, and we're cleaning it all out right now. And I want you to picture that with every step that you take is a clearing. Every step you take, you are walking towards your true self, your self that was there all along, and you're walking away of that old version of you with blessings, with love, because that version of you got you to where you are today. Got you through a lot of stuff, protected you, supported you, really was there. But it also turned on you at a certain point when you're using something that is out of date or eating something that's expired. It's just long past its expiration date. So I want you to send love back to that old version of you. I'm walking away from you now. I'm walking towards home. I'm walking towards my true self, my abundant self. Thank you for serving me. I want you to picture the color of a light that you're experiencing, like this tunnel where it has a haze, that you're walking towards this true, pure, abundant essence of yourself. The highest self that you were truly brought here as a miracle and meant to be and meant to embody and meant to celebrate and meant to experience. What color is that? And there's no wrong color. It can be a combination of colors. But what is it that you see? I want you to notice when you're walking. What other things that you see in this color? What kinds of things are you seeing on your walk? None of them are by chance. There's going to be some things you see that are here as clear signs, welcoming you home, welcoming you back into your new identity, the version of yourself that's aligned with abundance and anchoring into who you're becoming. And you're really returning back to. You're becoming her or him again. You were already this person at birth. It just got clouded. You just lost your way. And picture this light as being just a safe, welcoming, and beckoning for you to step forward. And you can trust this. It feels really good. The temperature's perfect. The breeze is perfect. How the sun is hitting you is perfect. Your body even feels really good right now. You've taken some deep breaths. You feel really, really open to receive. And when you're waving goodbye to this old you, what does he or she look like? What's the look on their face? What is that version of you wearing? What color is that version of you? Is there a light around you? Is there darkness around you? Is there any symbol or anything around you to take note of? What is she doing? What is she saying? There's something that she wants to say to you, and I want you to give her space to be able to say that to you, even if it gets silent for a minute. It's okay. The truth comes up when we get silent. That's why so many of us avoid it. When you're looking back at her, what do you see? What is it that you are witnessing as an outsider looking in? I want you to see her as a friend, because she is. And this is a friend that's been in pain for a long time, that's been frustrated for a long time, that has felt really challenged for a long time, maybe even burnt out for a long time, maybe even lonely. What are you seeing that she can't see? Just like we can see things in friends or clients or other loved ones that they're not aware of because they're blinded by their own masks. What do you see right now as what was blocking her from being able to step into her next version of wealth? What was holding her back? Why was this holding her back from having the life that she wanted? What about this made her start to shrink, to play small, to get into behaviors like procrastination or avoidance or overthinking or convincing herself that she was confused, or working so much that she was exhausted, or doing too many things and people-pleasing so many others while displeasing herself? I want you to speak back to that. You can do it out loud or in your head. What is it that you got out of doing that? What was the benefit of doing that? And say it in a loving way. What was the benefit of holding on to that for so long? There were probably even moments where you might have been aware of it. And then there were moments when you weren't, but why did you stay in it so long? What benefit were you getting out of holding on at that level? And it's okay, you can tell me. I'm not going to judge you. I understand you felt you had to do it at the time because I wasn't at a place where I was in enough pain to release it. But this information will really help me in order to understand what has been holding me back, so that I can make sure that I stay aware of it, so I don't get called back to this place, because this place isn't getting us where we want to be anymore. I now want you to ask her, what is it that you're afraid of when it comes to truly living your most beautiful, abundant life, abundant in time, abundant in money, abundant in energy, abundant in love and connection and fun and all the things? What comes up for you? Because I know you know the life that you really want, that you covet, but what comes up? What starts getting in the way? What's the gunk that this old version of you is saying about that stuff? Where does that come from? Who else in your life, who else growing up had a similar story? Who helped shape that story? Who else had that similar narrative going on? Who else do you know that you've spent a lot of time with and observed, who played small, who played it safe, who maybe was truly irresponsible and went too far with the pendulum swinging the other way? Who's the first person that comes to your mind right now? And it's okay if you don't have the answers to these questions right now. That's why you have the guided journal to go to. But trust that these will unveil themselves over the course of this series. And it's also not important for you to be able to fully heal your relationship with abundance in order to know every single thing about your past. That's not necessary. But it is helpful to see where some of these old, worn stories, the key part of that old programming, will try to beckon you back into place as you're stepping towards right now your new identity, because it fears change. Change equals danger. Change is scary. And so it's going to try to manipulate you. It's going to try to yell at you. It's going to try all sorts of things to try to pull you back into the familiar. And the familiar is going to keep you right where you're at right now. And it might feel kind of comfy, but it really flips into pain, into dissatisfaction, into loneliness, into unfulfillment, which is why you're walking away from that old version of you. And we're now stepping in to who you're becoming, who you're coming home to. Let's now focus back on the color of the tunnel that you are walking towards, this new version of you that is truly pure abundance. I want you to envision her. What does she look like? What is her hair like? What is she wearing? Is she moving? Is she standing still? Do you notice anything around her? Is there a sound? Is there music playing? I want you to really observe every single inch of her. What does she even look like in terms of body type? Skin tone? Is she a different color? Is she made of sparkles? She's mesmerizing, isn't she? And you have this vision of her because she really is within you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see her. And if we asked 1,000 people to describe or paint a picture of their higher self, every single person would look different. But this is the person you're stepping into. What is she saying to you? And if it doesn't come right away, that's okay. Maybe she's doing a gesture. Maybe she's not saying anything. Maybe she doesn't have to say anything at all, but you know intuitively what she's saying. What words come to your mind? What message does she have for you? What is she saying is here for you as you step towards her? What is she saying that's been here for you all along? And she's been waiting for you to come back home to this. And you had to go through everything that you went through in order to get to a point to come back home, because that's just how life works. This is the human experience. And everyone's time is different when we're being called to come back into our true selves. Some people it happens in their 30s, some people in their 60s, some people in their 90s, some people not in this lifetime at all. So you're purely divinely abundant right now because you're being called to do this right now. And you can trust that calling. That's not a made-up thing. That's not you being quackadoo. You're being called. No one randomly just thinks they're being called. That's because it's a feeling. It's an energy. It's a vibration. That's why it's a knowing. That's why you feel it so deeply. She has a message for you. She wants you to know what your next step is as you're stepping into becoming her. What message does she have for you? What message would you have for another wealth walker in stepping back into her true self? What would you say to one of these thousands and thousands of beautiful people doing their walk right now, right aside you, but energetically? And there's some of you that are so intuitive and so empathic and so divinely connected that you can even feel the energy, the collective energy of all the other wealth walkers right now, all in different environments. What would you say to her? Because usually what we say to someone else is exactly what we're meant to hear ourselves. You're safe. You can trust this. I want you to look around you at your surroundings. You don't feel like you fully belong here because you're in an in-between stage. You're becoming. You're not lost. You're walking towards back to the home place of your true identity. And she has a next step for you. There's something that she wants you to focus on, something she wants you to do. You're doing this series. You're going to do the guided journal work that you'll love that goes with this, to make sure that you're doing everything possible to reach her. Because if you're not, then you're going to go back to that old self. And as beautiful as that old self was, it's not meant for you anymore. And it may feel scary. It may feel risky. It may feel uncertain, but you can be certain in this. It's time. It's undeniable that it's time. You're being called. What is it that she wants you to do next? What is the next indicated action? What is the next thing that needs to be done? It could be also something not to do. Sometimes the most powerful actions that we can take are taking no actions at all and pausing for the moment. And whatever comes up, trust that there's a message in that. While you're finishing your walk, there's going to be some kind of sign, some kind of symbol. They're in fact going to happen more frequently because of the energetic work that we're doing here. And they're like angel kisses, like winks from the universe, like taps from God saying, you're going the right direction. You're walking to your true self. This is the right path. Whether you see synchronicities on a clock, you've seen a coin or a feather, you run into somebody, it's going to feel almost like it's not real. So I want you to take a picture of it. I want you to take a video of it so you can document it, so you can see that it's real. I would love it if you shared it on social media and tagged me at ProjectME with Tiffany. It'd be so much fun for everyone to share what stuff that they've seen. And then we're going to get that law of reciprocity and that energy going more, and you'll be able to see the other stuff other people have seen. And then it's this evidence bank of it's working. It's working. It's always been working. You just had a bunch of gunk in the way. So did I. And it's okay. And we don't have to get rid of all the stuff at once. That's why we're doing this one step at a time. It's not that you have to do all this work to pull this in and this heavy lifting and mindset shifting to, be this new person. It's more about you feeling safe and allowing yourself to be that person, and allowing yourself to receive, and allowing yourself to soften, and allowing yourself to be in grounded trust with yourself that you have the capacity and the ability and the dignity and the respect and the self-worth to be a container for this next level of wealth. Because you can do it now. You're a good steward of this now. You're going to be able to handle that energetically because we're stepping into a new version of you. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. Remember to go grab the corresponding guided journal at projectmewithtiffany.com/wealthy. The first 222 people get the free printable copy. And there's other resources in the show notes on Apple, on Spotify, on Amazon, and in here in the description on YouTube at ProjectME TV. Be sure to share your abundance walks on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at ProjectME with Tiffany. And we are doing a giveaway of my abundant boxes, so some of my favorite things. And the more you share this wealth series, the more entries you get. And when you leave a podcast review on Apple Podcasts of this wealthy series, you will also get additional entries. Just make sure you leave your name or Instagram handle inside of the review on Apple Podcasts. And if you're not sure how to leave a written review on Apple Podcasts, you can use ChatGPT or you can Google it and the step-by-step instructions will come up. It takes about 30 seconds of your time, and it really means the world to me and everyone on the team when we get to see these reviews. Like, it goes a long way, and I truly appreciate it.